We have made it to Villisca, Iowa.
And that was from the blade, so he's hitting him with the blunt end as he comes back like that.
He left marks on the wall that are still here to this day.
You killed a bunch of kids, man.
He murdered a whole family that had so much growing up to do, a life to live.
Who are we speaking to? Are we speaking to the man who axed an entire family in their sleep? The coward?
Yes. Whatever that thing is in that house, I don't know how it knew that about me.
Dead.
You doing Estes? You want to do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Sit here. So, normally I like to do the Estes Method first. I don't know why. It's probably one of my favorite tests to do. I feel like it's one of the most surefire ways to get responses, because if you get something that matches up with the question being asked from somebody who's 50 or 100 feet away, I mean, it's kind of hard to deny that evidence. But again, this house just has this incredibly oppressive, negative, dark energy about it that sent me into this just state of anxiety the entire time that I'm there. I was not comfortable doing the Estes Method this time, so we sent Ethan in to do it instead.
For those that don't know what the Estes Method is, one of us sits far away from the other, and we talk through walkie-talkies asking questions to the spirits, and one of us will sit with headphones in. We cannot hear what the other person's asking, and we will say out loud whatever we hear through the spirit box and see if it's relevant or not. These responses in this session are truly incredible. Again, I could not hear anything Mike was asking, and just about everything that I say out loud matches up with what Mike was asking, and it's truly terrifying when you look at what was being said from the spirit box. It's all negative. It's all terrible. It's all terrible things. I don't think we'll ever get responses this clear and this intelligent for a long time.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut this.
All right.
We decided to split up and give you a little bit of space to talk to us. You can use one of us as a means of communication. Can you tell me who all is in the house right now? Do you want to hurt Ethan or myself?
I'm ready to.
Why are you so angry and violent?
You all.
Do you even want forgiveness for what you've done?
Yeah.
Sound a little sarcastic.
I don't care.
Yeah, clearly. Oh, the REM pod downstairs is going off. Was that you downstairs?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, these responses are insane. Why were you so hell-bent on killing this family?
Move it.
Do you feel like what you did was right?
Yeah. Haha. Ethan.
What do you want from Ethan?
They're coming, they're coming. Power.
I think that's enough.
Hey.
Yeah, we gotta stop.
Why?
Cause man, it's getting fucking really weird. I could hear you through the wall. I cannot tell you how many direct answers you gave me. Like it was almost every single thing I said you gave me a direct response to. I said like, do you feel like what you did was right? And you literally said, yeah, haha. I feel it. I feel it in the house. I feel it in the air. This thing is a fucking taunting, disrespectful, just evil. Just straight up evil. I think I heard the cat ball, or not the cat ball, but I heard like bells downstairs too.
Bells.
You want to head down to the blue room?
Yeah, I was about to say that. So after the Estes, we decided to go down to the blue room. The blue room is probably my least favorite part of the entire house, and it's because of what we experienced in this portion of the investigation. This is the room where Lena and Ina Stillinger were found. They were the overnight girls. They were not part of the family. They weren't even supposed to be there that night, but unfortunately they were, and they were murdered in that room. And it's theorized, the way Lena's body was positioned, she could have been the only one to try to fight off the attacker. So people think that she actually woke up and saw who it was before he took her life because of the defensive wounds that was on her arms. They also suspect that Lena may have been victim of a sexual assault due to positioning of her body, and her undergarments were across the room on the floor. It's truly sickening. That room feels absolutely disgusting. If walls could talk, those walls feel like they really do talk. That room just feels awful. I have some camera glitching that goes on in this scene. I don't know if it's paranormal or not, but it only happens in this part of the investigation, and I've never had it anywhere else on any other video. I can't call that paranormal, but it is a very weird coincidence that it happens in that room during this particular part.
Yeah, the REM pod went off twice, and look at how I have the camera.
May or may not have caught something.
Yeah, there's another cat ball. It's upstairs. Yeah, I think on the bed down here. There it was again as soon as we walked in. Is it just the steps?
Yeah, there's some balloons and stuff in here. This is the room where the ghost hunter stabbed himself in the chest.
I know. So he was sitting on the bed and he blacked out. Woke up in the hospital.
Whoa.
Whoa. Hold on, watch out. Let me get my phone.
Hey, it's going again. It just stopped and then started again.
Can you keep playing with that?
What is all that on the wall?
I don't know. I saw that when we got here.
out sitting in this room. Which is crazy to me.
Whoa.
What?
I just saw like a light anomaly fly right in front of your camera. I'm sure your camera probably caught it.
Oh, that's freaky because he saw a light anomaly right before he blacked out.
But he said he's on that bed in there provoking, saw a light come out of the closet, woke up in the emergency room. They took the knife and through his chest.
Jesus. I'm getting mad chills in this room right now. I don't know about you, but my hairs are standing up. Look at the goosebumps on my arms.
This room feels very bad.
Look, look.
Oh my god.
As soon as you said that,
Mm-hmm.
is there something evil in here? Are you trying to tell us?
Wow.
Whoa. Are you one of the kids?
Oh my god.
Hey.
Is this Lena? Oh
Whoa.
my god.
Whoa.
Is Ina here too? Just Lena?
That's crazy. It's not moving.
Mm-hmm.
It only goes off through motion. Are you still here?
Lena, are you still here? Did you hear
I
that?
thought I heard something, but I wasn't sure.
What the hell? It's at the very end.
Whoa.
What?
I just saw like a white arm and a hand reach down on top of you.
Are you serious?
I thought it was a light reflection at first, but there's no, yeah, my light didn't do that. I straight up saw like a hand, like an arm go like down on top of you, and my camera was facing you the whole time, so I might have gotten it. That's the second time. Remember the thing we both saw the same time earlier in this room? It looked like that smudge or that clear.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it looked like. But it looked like an arm coming down on top of you.
Who did Michael just see? Speak to us. Speak to us.
Ethan.
What?
I don't want to move, but something is wrapping around my left side of my hip right now.
What do you mean?
Something is pressing on the side of my hip right now, my left hip. There is a pressure, and it is building. It's getting tighter. I'm not moving. I can literally feel something grabbing onto me right now on my left hip. It's moving up my side right now. It's not an insect. It's pressure. I don't want to move. There's this pressure right now, right here. It feels like somebody is like, What? What?
Oh my god.
What? There's this pressure right now, right here. It feels like somebody is like, What? What?
Oh my god.
What?
I just saw little fingers behind your hip. That come from behind your hip.
I just saw something go in the closet.
Let's get the fuck out of this room. Come on.
I just fucking saw something dip into the closet.
Oh my god, holy shit.
Were you pointing down when that happened?
Yeah, I was aiming at you.
Oh my god, you might have recorded it. Dude, for like a whole 30 seconds, it felt like a little, like hands were grabbing onto my sides. I didn't want to move because I didn't want to,
I saw like say this is you, right?
Right.
It looked like...
I could literally feel it. And it kept building and going up. And it was going up my ribs. And then I saw like a black smudge just now smear into the right of the closet there. What was that?
I don't know. I heard that too.
Did one of the kids come up and maybe try to give me a hug or touch me? Was that you? Could you maybe light up one of those toys on the bed? If it was?
Go outside. I need a break.
Okay. Yeah. Let's take a break. Oh, fuck. Holy shit, that was so loud. I felt that in the floor. Come on, the door's right there. Just, yeah.
This is when things start to get very strange for both of us. This is when the mental manipulation, I think, is starting to kick in full force, because now we're starting to see things that either the other person isn't seeing them or the camera themselves aren't picking them up. It's hard to discuss something like that when you're the only one that sees those things, because it becomes a matter of, well, maybe you're just seeing stuff. I'm seeing things that Ethan isn't seeing. Ethan is seeing things that I'm not seeing. It's becoming a very strange situation very fast. We're standing in that blue room discussing what's going on, discussing the night as it's happening. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, I start feeling this really intense pressure on the side of my ribs here, and I can feel it kind of build up as I'm standing there, and I'm not moving. I'm just holding my camera totally still, and I'm telling Ethan, I can feel something grabbing me right now. I feel a small hand touching me. And when I said that, I felt the hand start to move up my ribs slowly. It was almost like it was trying to hug me or brush me or something, but I felt a hand.
I'm just listening to him. I'm looking down. I don't see anything. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe it'll pass, whatever. I look down at around his hip, and I swear to God on everything, I saw 4 fingers, 4 little fingers like this, peek from around his waist. I could see the white skin tone. Their little hands. It looked like a child's hand. It shocked me. I've never seen anything like that before. I don't know why the camera didn't pick it up. That happens sometimes. You know, we hear things that don't get heard on the microphone. We see things that don't get seen, vice versa. It happens, but I saw a hand peek out from behind Mike as he's feeling pressure.
I totally believe him because I felt it. I wouldn't discredit anything that Ethan has ever said, because Ethan has been very spot on and very consistent with the discoveries that he's made while doing this with me.
As I'm telling that to Mike, he sees a black smudge go into the closet behind me. So this thing is starting to really play with us. It's doing this to us individually, and it's picking the precise time of when to show itself perfectly. It's truly mind-blowing. And if you don't believe us telling the story, I understand. If someone told me they saw a little kid hand, I would question it too. But I'm telling you what I saw, in my word, that's the truth. That's what happened.
What is going on? It got really intense in here really fast. Like really fast.
Uncomfortably fast.
Yeah, I've never felt that level of intensity like that. Even in some of the scariest places we've been to, they were still like, it was human. It would try to scare you and freak you out, but this is different. This just feels different. I don't know how to describe it. It just feels different.
It feels evil.
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it.
Lena, can you make one of those balls light up again? Lena, is it true that you saw the man who did this to you? Or if this is the person that did this, is it true that Lena saw you before you took her life?
Just leave that running. We're downstairs. Actually, let me turn mine on too.
So during this time I leave the camera running upstairs, I capture several balls of light, or orbs, on camera. I don't usually count orbs as evidence, but these are clearly balls of light. It's not dust, it's not bugs. In one of these clips, the piano downstairs plays by itself. And at the exact moment the piano plays, Mike's light dies. I don't know if the spirit took energy out of his light to be able to play that piano key or what, but those two things happen synchronized together.
Blue room is something else though, man.
It really is.
SB7 responses were fucking wild tonight.
I see why people become so obsessed with this place, though.
What's the matter?
Zoning out. So I found this part really interesting. I go into this daze. Like I'm zoning out, pretty much. And as I'm zoning out, you can clearly see an orb go down my back, right down my spine, and then it stays on me down my legs. And then Mike says, "What's the matter?" And I snap out of it. I don't know if that is linked with the orb and me zoning out. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with one another. But again, really cool coincidence. Who was that? Can you do that again? Thank you. Is this one of the kids? Lena? You like this toy?
What about that toy? Whoa.
Wow.
Can you stop buzzing it for me for just a moment? If it's one of the children, stop buzzing it. It's like a child. There's nothing in here that would be setting it off. Nothing. Open that up. Is that electrical? Oh, it is. Is it plugged in?
The cord's right there inside. It's not plugged in. You can see, look, there's the plug.
Oh, put back up real quick. Okay, so just, I want to make sure that this isn't setting it off. So you can see that this is some thick cast iron up inside as well. There's nothing in there that's setting it off. It's not even plugged in. And why there? Can you do it while I hold it like this? Make it make that noise. Please? Whoa. There's a footstep upstairs. There's a footstep upstairs. Somebody walking around upstairs. Can you buzz this?
You said you heard bells earlier?
Yeah. Oh, but I heard like bells downstairs too.
Bells?
Yeah, that's probably what I heard. Because it was around the same time I heard the REM pod, and the REM pod was sitting right there in the threshold of the door when I was upstairs. Grab the key.
Hey, kitty. Hey, kitty. Hi.
Oh, that was f***ing weird.
What?
I just went to go shut the door and I felt the knob turn in the opposite direction in my hand. It's unlocked, but like, I was going like this, and as I let go of the latch, I felt it go this way a little bit in my hand. Oof. This fucking place, dude. It is getting to me. It is getting to me. Oh, it smells like a fucking basement down here. What's up, kitty? Did you make a new friend? Hi, sweetie. Is there anyone down here that wants to talk to us? Holy crap, that thing's going nuts. Oh, I wonder why.
Curious kitty.
What's he doing? Dude, I love how chill this cat is.
I know. That's the best cat ever.
This is the hands down the chillest cat I think I've ever met. A little ghost hunter cat. Maybe a little ghost hunter cat.
What do you think? You want to wrap up?
This cat is the only buffer that we have.
Thank God she's here.
I know. Kitty, I think you know your purpose here and that's why you stay. Please don't ever leave.
Alright, so we're gonna wrap up for tonight. This place is something else.
This place is fucking insane is what it is.
I'll just close the video out with this. Rest in peace to the Moore family and the Stillinger girls. And like Johnny was saying, he thinks whatever is in that house was there before the murders even occurred. The murders just gave it that extra oomph it needed to really prosper, in a sense. I don't think it's ever going to leave that area because it has a constant supply of new energy to feed off of. People stay in that house every single night trying to talk to it. So, if you do ever make your way out to the Villisca axe murder house, please be careful. This place is dangerous. If you're not careful, it will either destroy you emotionally or it could even kill you. As you heard what happened to the other ghost hunter that stabbed himself in the chest with a knife. He claims the spirit in that house did that to him. I do plan to go back there eventually, once this all settles, but as of right now, it's been a few months since that investigation, and it still haunts me. I think about it every single day. That night is going to stick with me for probably the rest of my life. I'm never going to forget it. What I saw, what I heard, what we experienced, all throughout the night was just... I've never been that scared or an investigation before. And Edinburgh Manor held first place the night before, and then Villisca took the crown from it, and yeah, this place is something else, man. Villisca Axe Murder House. But thank you all for watching, really appreciate it. Mike and I put a lot of energy and effort into making these investigations happen and these videos, so we appreciate everybody who watches them. And until the next one, we'll see you.